Did you guys watch the Pokemon Direct that just happened recently? It was February 27th, so that was like Monday on Pokemon Day, and it was really good. There's a lot of really cool things about it. I've seen some mixed opinions on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic that they're coming out with. I've seen some worried people, kind of nervous about how things are going to go with the lottery system and if it's going to be scalped. And it is an expensive product. It looks like, now we don't have confirmation as far as English sets go, and I'm not going to go through too much detail. You can read this up on PokeBeach, or you can just go to pokemon.com and see a lot of information. But it's going to be basically reprints of the big three from the OG set, from base set, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. I am excited about this because I like the borders. I like the artwork. I like the way that it looks. I like the sleekness, the modernness. I like how the feel, and that makes me really excited. Plus this whole display right here, the traveling case with the markers, and this looks really clean, and I think it's really cool. It's a little bit expensive. Granted, like I said, we don't know the price point yet. It looks like it's going to be about $275 USD. It's going to release at some point at the end of 2023. I think in October is when it's going to be coming out in Japan. And a lot of people are kind of like, we already had this with Celebrations, and we did to an extent. This is more of a premium product, so kind of along the lines of the Ultra Premium Collection from Celebrations. I'm hoping they print this to oblivion, so that way enough people who do want the product can have access to it. But the one thing that I prefer about this, as opposed to the ones that we had for Celebration, there's no stamp on these. I did not like the stamp too much. It was better in Japan than it was as far as the US release of the 25th anniversary of Celebrations, which is funny because we're going to be talking about Celebrations today, that I bring that up. But I want to know what you think about all of this as far as the classic collection goes. I mean, to me, it looks pretty cool, but I can also understand the reasoning behind people not wanting it. It seems like a lot. It seems very repetitive. It seems very redundant. It seems like Pokemon is kind of overdoing a lot of these old nostalgic feelings. And we are getting the Pokemon 151 set in June. That's going to be released in Japan. That looks absolutely phenomenal with reprints, or with characters from the original 151 Pokemon, such as Kadabra, being printed in EX form in Scarlet and Violet. I think that's going to be absolutely fantastic. This is kind of, if you want it, great. If you don't want it, move on. Like, that's kind of my opinion on it. I think it looks really, really cool. I like the patterning, and like I said, I really like the borders. I don't know how it's going to look in the English sets yet. We don't have access to the English scans yet, so it's really going to be dependent. Obviously, this is not an actual scan of the card. They just kind of clipped CLC 03 out of 034 on here, so we don't know exactly if it's going to look like that as far as the bordering goes and things like that. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of the entire Pokemon Direct. Pokemon Sleep looks really cool. The new Pokemon, the new Mons look absolutely phenomenal. The updates that they're giving to Scarlet and Violet, even though I still haven't beaten the game, look really, really cool. I'm really excited about where Pokemon is going. I think it's going to be in a really good place for quite some time, and that's really good to see as somebody who's so passionate about the hobby. Today we're going to talk about Celebrations. We talked about Celebrations singles a few months ago, and we actually talked about the Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection or a couple weeks ago, and then on Friday we said we were going to give one away as celebration for hitting 93,000. So if you haven't entered to win that, go back to watch the video on Friday. All you have to do is just subscribe, like, and comment, and you're entered to win. We will announce the winner of that Celebrations Ultra Premium box tomorrow, on tomorrow's video. And tomorrow I got a banger of a video. Same thing with Sunday. Sunday's going to be really, really good. I'm really excited about the next couple of days of content. I'm always excited about the content, but really the next couple of days I think are going to be absolutely phenomenal. We're going to jump into things here. We're going to talk about Celebrations, because Celebrations is really starting to rise a little bit, and I did things a little bit different. So I took the 1 year snip of how Celebrations has been moving. And then I also took the last 3 months, because the 3 months for singles are really what we want to pay attention to. That's really the last time that we kind of updated this, is 3 months ago. We kind of took a look at Celebration singles. So this is what's been going on over the past 3 months. If you enjoy this type of content, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, do all those great things, but share the channel with your friends. I would really appreciate that. We're slowly climbing to 100,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. This is Celebrations Elite Trainer Box. We're looking at 2 sealed products, the Elite Trainer Box and the booster packs from Celebration. So as you can see here, it has just continued to climb over the past year, and Celebrations is very interesting because for a long time it has been available. Now, it hasn't been reprinted in droves over the past 7-8 months, but after those first 3 waves came out. So in October of 2020, we had, or 2021, we had the first wave of Celebrations come out, Celebrations products, and then an additional wave in like November, December of 2021. If you remember, we got just an onslaught of products, Evolving Skies, Wave 2 and Wave 3. We got a wave of Fusion Strike in January. We had a second wave of Chilling Reign, which is astronomical amounts. We had a huge wave of Battle Styles that came out, just additional products all over the place, kind of crashing booster boxes. Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage, those came out with reprints. It was insane. And then in January, we had kind of Wave 3, January of 2022, about a year ago now, a little over a year, we had Wave 2 or Wave 3 of the Celebrations sealed products, and they were readily available in stores for quite some time, up until really the beginning of March, where Pokemon sent out a tweet saying they were twilighting the product on the Pokemon Center website. So get what you can, or it's going to be gone. And then ever since then, we've had some products kind of show up at Walmart. It's not necessarily full reprints, but additional stock that these marketing companies had access to, whether it be from Pokemon directly or maybe just left over in their warehouse. So really popular products like the Dark Sylveon collection box, the Charizard collection box. I think there was some times where some tins kind of popped up, maybe the Dragapult collection popped up. There was always access to some of these products from distribution at a premium price point. So not necessarily the wholesale price point that a lot of LGSs and storefronts originally ordered them for, but they did raise prices a little bit and have them available up until about a week ago. Then Celebrations has pretty much vanished completely. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that there's just not a whole lot of product available for storefronts to order. So maybe they're stocking up on some Celebrations at higher price points just because that's all that is available to order. But looking at my Celebration or my distributors in stock lists, there's just no Celebrations available anymore. I think they had Dark Sylveon and Charizard collection boxes up until last week, and that was pretty much the last product that you could order a limited amount of at a premium price point. Those are pretty much all gone now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Celebrations moving forward now that it's not going to be as accessible for LGSs to order, and we might not see it starting at some of these Walmart stores or Amazon or places like that. They might have run out of stock a little bit. So, but we're only going to be looking at these 2 sealed products. You can see the Elite Trainer box here has really been growing steadily over the past year. In March of 2022, it was all the way down to a 1-year low of $70.87. It's continued to climb. It just hit a 1-year high a couple weeks ago of $86.56. It's backed off just to $86.20. So very, very close to that 1-year high. But if you look at what it's done over the span of the past 3 months, you can see you're looking at about a 15% price hike over the past 3 months. In the middle of December, it was down to about $74, went up and up and up and up, had a little bit of a dip in the middle of February there where it dropped back down to about $78, but now it's sitting at a 3-month high of $85.20. So it just continues to climb, and over the past 3 months, it's really started to move. You're looking at about 15% over the past 3 months. If we look at the actual booster pack itself, so the only way to obtain these booster packs is by cracking those collection boxes or cracking those Elite Trainer boxes. They don't sell these individually at Pokemon Center or at Walmart, Best Buy, any places like that. So you can see what it's done over the past year. In March of 2022, it was down to a 1-year low of $4.87. So basically cheaper buying individual packs than buying that Elite Trainer box, because the Elite Trainer box retailed for $49.99. You got 10 booster packs of Celebrations plus some additional booster packs, right? Like Battle Styles, Chilling Reign, booster packs like that. But it's really done a good job of consistently growing over the past year. We can see a little bit of a dip in October, November, December, where it dropped back down to about $5.50, but then kind of shot up again at the end of January, beginning of February. It was over $7 a booster pack, $7.12. Now remember, these only come with 4 cards inside them, so 4 holographic cards. The interesting thing about Celebrations is it actually does have some playable cards and some decent holographic cards that are outside of those ultra rares. So great pull rates and some additional competitive cards in there like Kyogre, like Mew, that have done really well in competitive play, made it worth opening some of these Celebrations booster packs. It's backed off a little bit. It's sitting at 681 currently, but still way closer to its 1-year high than its 1-year low. And what it's done over the last 3 months, you can see as low as $5.40. It's jumped up over $1.40 per booster pack at $6.81. So that's over 20%, 25% that it's gained over the past 3 months, doing really, really strong. The Celebrations Mew has also done really well over the past 3 months. So if you're looking at a year snapshot, not too great, right? If we go back to March of 2022, that was when it was at a 1-year high. Now the set was only 5 months old at the time, and singles just kept getting cracked, and prices just kept dropping. But $46.18 all the way down to $32.63 that it hit in October, but now started to gain a little bit back. You're seeing about 10% growth over the past 3 months, sitting at $39.76. That's why I wanted to look at the past 3 months, but also look at the grand scheme of things over the past year to kind of determine when the best spot is, when the best time was to maybe spend your collection dollars, especially if you're looking at celebrations, which is actually an achievable set to accomplish because it's not overly large. The Charizard has done really well over the past year and over the past 3 months. You can see in March of 2022 it was at a one-year high of $80.19 and really started going downwards. You can see in September of 2022 it hit $59.45, so that was a one-year low for this card. But look at what it's done over the last 6 months or so and over the last 3 months or so. It's gained over 10% over the last 3 months, sitting at $78.37 currently. That is really close to a one-year high. It's went from $59.45 all the way up. It's gained almost $20 back over the past 6 months or so, sitting at $78.37 currently. So really close to that one-year high. Charizard continuing to gain some ground. The Umbreon Gold Star, not as much of a dent, but it's kind of started to level off. Fairly consistent now over the past 5 months or so. You can see a one-year high of $30.07. That was actually hit in August. There was a little bit of a blip there, so we're not really going to count that. Probably around $29 one-year high for this card in March of 2022. Dropped all the way down in September to about $18.08. Now it's sitting at $20.24 currently, so it has gained a little bit back over the past 5 months or so. You're looking only at about 10% of a gain over the past 5 or 6 months. Kind of leveled out a little bit. $20.24. So now might not be a bad time to start looking at filling out that Celebrations binder if you haven't already, so that way you're making the best decision when it comes to filling out these sets, because let's face it, sets can get very expensive, and that's why we look at some of these dollar values here. In March of 2022, first Shining Magikarp, it was at a one-year high of $21.51. You can see a consistent drop all the way up until October of 2022. Then it kind of leveled off a little bit, hit a one-year low of $11.64, leveled off a little bit. It's gained a little bit of that back. You can see over the past 3 months. In December of 2016, it was right around that $11 mark, gained quite a bit back, so it's up about 20% over the past 3 months, sitting at $14.16, but at least that graph, that curve is leveling out a little bit. The Mega Rayquaza EX, this was originally printed in Roaring Skies, a huge competitive card, a fan favorite for a lot of people. You can see where it was in April of 2022. It had jumped up to a one-year high of about $15.58 and then crashed extremely quickly. It was very level from about July up until November, where it was hovering right around that $8-9 mark, and now it started to go up a little bit. So it's sitting at $10.70, about 20% higher than where it was 3 months ago, but again, starting to trend in the upward direction. So it'll be interesting to see as booster packs start getting more expensive. You might see people cracking less and less of these, and then these singles might start rising a little bit, very, very methodically. These are not going to jump overnight like crazy, but you may see, 10% gains over 3-6 months where it goes up $1 or $2 because these prices have dropped so low already. The Blastoise has done a really good job over the past year, kind of gaining ground. It's very up and down all over the place, but you can see up and down in the upward direction. March of 2022, does that even make sense? Up and down in the upward direction? I think it does. You know what I'm talking about. March of 2022, it was down to $5 and a penny. Did not go below $5 there at all, thankfully. Started going up a little bit, back down, up a little bit, back down, but generally heading in the upward direction, so trending upward. You can see it hit a one-year high in December of 2022 and then into January of 2023, where it did hit $7.72. It backed off considerably at the end of January, where it dropped all the way back down to about $5.50, and now it's kind of working its way back. So it's up to $6.80. It's gained roughly 20% over the past couple months, so definitely trending in the upward direction. Mewtwo EX kind of leveled off over the past 3 months as well. In March of 2022, this was at a one-year high of $12.83. Really started going downhill all the way up until October of 2022, where things finally leveled off. It hit a one-year low in January of 2023, where it dropped down to $6.84, the end of January there, and then started to trend upwards again. So it's sitting at $8.21, another 20% gain over the last month or so. Not quite as high as where it was, obviously, but definitely leveled out and starting to climb a little bit. If we look at the Gardevoir EX, kind of the same thing, doing a little bit better, starting to trend in the upward direction. In March of 2022, it was at its one-year high of $9.66. Really went down, but then stayed relatively consistent for a nice stretch from June all the way up until October, and then took another step downward where it hit a one-year low of $4.17. But since then, since December 1st, it started to trend in the upward direction. So it's gained almost $1, so that's about 25% over the past 3 months from December 1st up until now, where it's sitting at $5.14. The Birthday Pikachu has done really well over the past couple months here. You can see in March of 2022, that's when it got pretty much hyped up quite a bit by TCG TCG Player by articles saying that this was one of the best cards in the set. People were buying it out. It jumped up to about $8.75 as that 1 year high. Tried to hang on and really just crashed because it's fairly easy to pull, and people are still cracking a lot of Celebrations products in April, March, April, May, June of 2022. You can see in May of 2022 it hit a 1 year low of $3.77, then started a very methodical gain up until October of 2022 where it got close to that $7 mark, about $6.75, backed off a little bit, and then started climbing even more. So it's sitting at $6.28 currently, off of its $3.77 low. I mean, that's 30-40% that it's gained over the past couple months, so doing very, very well. The Tapu Lele GX has leveled off a lot. $8.99 was where it was for a 1 year high in March of 2022. Had a large crash and then kind of leveled out a little bit. You can see it hit $5.50 right around May, kind of leveled off a little bit all the way up until October where it hit another dip there, dropped down to $4.12. Now it's gained a little bit of that back, only about 10%, sitting at $4.42 currently, kind of trending downwards right now, which is a little bit different than what we saw from several of the previous cards. It did get above $5, but now it's backed off a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how it does moving forward. The Mew EX, this is originally from Legend Maker. This is such a cool card. It was really, really big back in the day of competitive play. A lot of people played this card in the EX era. March of 2022, it was at $5.83, so that was a 1 year high for it. It backed off quite a bit, and you can see in June of 2022, getting below that $4 mark, right around $3.75, and then going down even more in November, December of 2022, where it hit $3.28, or $3.38, but it's gained over $1 back over the past 3 months, so you're looking at about a 30% hike over the past 3 months, sitting at $4.72 currently. Xerneas is kind of a different story. It's been relatively flat for the most part, really since May of 2022. You can see it was at $9.27 as a 1 year high. That was in March, lost a lot of bit of ground. In June of 2022, it was right around that $5 mark. It stayed there for very, very long, all the way up until October, where it saw another bit of a dip, drop down to that 1 year low of $3.81 in January of 2023, and now it's kind of gone up a little bit since then. It's gained about 50 cents-ish back, sitting at $4.52 currently, so more level than what we've seen, but definitely the good news is not going down any further than what it was. Venusaur has done very well over the past month or two. It was at $3.29 at the end of January. It's gained a lot of that back. You're looking at quite a bit of growth over the past couple months, sitting at $4.83 currently. $5.09 was its high point, which it hit in January of 2022. Not a whole lot of value differential here, but really, really high growth over the past couple months, so it'll be interesting to see how this does over the next several months moving forward. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments section down below. This is the last card that we're looking at from Celebrations. There's other ones as well, such as Imposter Professor Oak, the Donphan, the Groudon, but a lot of those are in that $1 to $2 area, and the percentages get impacted very, very quickly because it's very volatile when things get that low and go through purchases and then declines and things like that. So we're kind of just sticking to Venusaur on, and I wanted to include Venusaur even though it's relatively cheap just because it's one of the bigger mons. So let me know what you think of Celebrations moving forward. It's still a lot of fun to crack, right? It's still a really fun set to open, but we'll be interesting to see how sealed does versus singles, and it's something that we'll continue to keep our eye on for the remainder of 2023 as we continue going through the year. Every few months we'll kind of go back and revisit either sealed or singles just to kind of get a good feeling for what it's doing. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment, come back tomorrow to see if you won the Ultra Premium Collection. Also, we're going to talk about why you shouldn't buy a Crown Zenith Elite Trainer box right now, and then Sunday I'm going to give you something I haven't done before, my best Pokemon investment advice that I can possibly give. I'm working on a slideshow presentation for that. I hope it's really good, but I really want to put things into perspective for everyone, because there's a lot of negative connotations when it comes to Pokemon investing, and there's a lot of false information out there. So I wanted to put everything into perspective for everybody, so that way you can make the best decisions when it comes to spending your collection dollars. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble for so long. I really appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Until tomorrow, peace.